Hello Internet. So this week, cracking open this booster box of the Duelist Pack Dimensional Guardians for Yu-Gi-Oh! Bit of a filler for this week and the next few weeks, most likely. Nothing really coming down the pipeline as far as Yu-Gi-Oh! Flesh and Blood, I think, is still going to be a little bit later in the month, and then I actually have to wait for it to come in, because, the store that I normally get Flesh and Blood from doesn't have anything on their website for it yet, and so no idea if they're actually going to be getting it in. And I will be making a post-mortem video for where I just basically talk for a while about Legend of the Five Rings, the living card game, just because that's they've announced that it's ending in there's two more. As of when I make this video, there's 2 more packs coming out for the current cycle, and then after that they're doing one more premium expansion, and then that's it as far as content for that game goes. But I'm kind of holding off, kind of tempted to wait until we at least know what's in the last few packs before I give my thoughts on it, and not so much the premium expansion, because who knows when that's coming out. But anyways, so I'll get this cracked open, and I'll see you all in a few moments. Okay, and we're back. So we'll just get right into it. And I think this was a smaller set. I mean, it's 5 card packs out of 36 packs, so should be a fairly shorter video. And we have the Red Resonator. When this card is normal summoned, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower monster from your hand. When this card is special summoned, you can target 1 face-up monster on the field, gain life points equal to its attack. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, I mean, bring something else with it into play. It's just any level 4 lower monster, which is good. Red Sprinter. When this card is normal or special summoned, while you control no other monsters, you can special summon 1 level 3 or lower Fiend-type tuner monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. So, yeah, not bad. Hand or graveyard. Reject Reborn. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack in the battle phase, then you can special summon 1 tuner and 1 synchro monster from your graveyard, but they have their effects negated. Cyber Prima. If this card is tribute summoned, destroy all face-up spell cards on the field. And Dark Resonator. First time this card would be destroyed by battle each turn, it is not destroyed. I think this is actually a fairly old card, isn't it? Seem to remember him being around a while back. We have King's Synchro. When your opponent's monster declares an attack on a synchro monster you control, negate the attack, then you can apply the rest of this card's effect. Banish that synchro monster you control and 1 tuner from your graveyard, and if you do, special summon from your extra deck 1 synchro monster whose level equals the total levels of the banished monsters had. Seems to be quite nice. And Spiral Flame Strike. Activate one of these effects. If you control an Odd Eyes card, target 1 card on the field, destroy it. Or add to your hand 1 level 7 Odd Eyes monster from your deck, or one face-up level 7 Odd Eyes Pendulum monster from your extra deck. Cyber Angel Iraten. You can ritual summon this card with Machine Angel Ritual. If this card is ritual summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell from your deck or graveyard to your hand. So, I mean, at least you can just immediately recycle the ritual card for it. If it's tributed, you can make all ritual monsters you control gain 1000 attack and defense. Synchron Resonator. If a synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only special summon Synchron Resonator once per turn this way. If this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can target 1 Resonator monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. Rank up Magic Cypher Ascension. Either player's main phase, target 1 Cypher Xyz monster you control, special summon from your extra deck 1 Cypher Xyz monster that is 1 rank higher than the target, by using the target as the Xyz monster. Special summons trees and Xyz summon. Xyz material attached to that target also become Xyz materials on the summon monster. Gains the effect. Card gains 500 attack for each level 4 or higher monster you control. Oh, that's not bad. I wonder how long it'll take to start hitting doubles in this set, though. We have Star Liege, Paladinamo. Yeah, I think that's how it's. Star Liege, Paladinamo. Once per turn, you can detach 2 Xyz monsters from this card, then target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, change its attack to 0, and if you do, it has its effect negated. If this card you control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, sent to your graveyard, draw 1 card. We have Performapal Barracuda. Once per turn, if your Performapal monster battles an opponent's monster before damage calculation, you can make that opponent's monster lose attack equal to the difference between its original attack and current attack. That's interesting. And during either player's turn, you can target 1 Performapal monster whose current attack is different from its original attack. It gains attack equal to the difference until the end of this turn. We have a Mirror Resonator. If your opponent controls a face-up monster that was special summoned from the extra deck and you do not, while this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can special summon this card but banish it when it leaves the field. You can only use this effect once per turn. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Treat this card's level as that monster's original level if this card was used for a synchro summon this turn. You have Red Gardna. During either player's turn, when your opponent activates a monster or effectively you control a Red Dragon Archfiend monster, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. This turn, monsters you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. I mean, decent enough hand protection for... or decent enough protection for Archfiends. And Cypher Bit, target 1 Galaxy Eyes or Cypher Xyz monster you control. Attach this card to it as an Xyz material, and if you do, the next time it would be destroyed by battle or card effect this turn, it is not destroyed. No. First double, and it's the rare. Red Resonator. Cyber 2/2 Bon. You can special summon this card from your hand by tributing 1 warrior or fairy monster from your hand or field. If this card is tributed for a ritual summon, you can target 1 ritual spell card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. I mean, I guess the fact that you can special summon it is nice. But at the same time, I mean, 5-star... mediocre stats for 5-star. It's not that good. Red Wyvern. During either player's turn, if a monster with higher attack than this synchro summon card is on the field, you can destroy the one face-up monster on the field that has the highest attack, your choice if tied. This effect can only be used once while this card is face-up on the field. You can destroy the one face-up monster on the field. That just sounds very odd. Double Cypher. If your opponent controls a monster with the highest attack on the field, even if tied, target 1 Galaxy Eyes or Cypher Xyz monster you control that has Xyz material. Detach all Xyz material from the Xyz monster, and if you do, special summon 1 monster from your extra deck with the same name as that Xyz monster. Oh, I mean, that seems quite nice. We have Cypher Mirror Knight. When a Cypher monster you control is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, you can discard this card, send 1 card from your hand or field to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon that destroyed monster. During the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can add 1 Cypher card from your deck to your hand. I mean, that's not bad at all. We have Resonator Call. Add 1 Resonator monster from your deck to your hand. Fair enough. Red Warg. When you normal summon a Resonator monster, you can special summon this card from your hand, but its attack becomes halved. I mean, terrible stats, but you are getting a free monster out of it. We have Cypher Wing. If you control a Cypher monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can tribute this card. Increase the level of all Cypher monsters you control by 4 until the end of this turn. Cyber Angel Vrash. You can ritual summon this card with Machine Angel Ritual. If this card is ritual summoned, you can destroy as many face-up monsters your opponent controls as possible that were special summoned from the extra deck, and if you do, inflict 1000 damage to your opponent for each, and if you do that, this card can make a second attack during each battle phase this turn. Once per turn, during each player's turn, when a card or ritual effect is activated that would destroy a card on the field, you can shuffle one ritual monster from your graveyard into the deck, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Well, that's a big old wall of text. And another Cyber Tutubon. I mean, I don't mean to sound dismissive about the Cyber Angel of Rash. It's just that is a lot of text to process. I mean, it seems like a good card, but we have Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. This card's name becomes Red Dragon Archfiend while it is on the field or in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can destroy as many special summoned effect monsters on the field as possible with attack less than or equal to this card's other than this card, then inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each monster destroyed. We have another Mirror Resonator. Red Mirror. When an opponent's monster declares an attack, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard, then target one Fire Fiend monster in your graveyard except Red Mirror. Add it to your hand. If you synchro summon while this card is in your graveyard, except during the damage step, or the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can add this card to your hand. You can only use each effect once per turn. We have Chain Resonator. When it's normal summoned while a synchro monster is on the field, you can special summon one Resonator monster from your deck except Chain Resonator. Oh, that seems quite nice. Cypher Spectrum. If a Cypher Xyz monster you control that has Xyz material is destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect and sent to your graveyard, target one of those monsters, special summon it, and if you do, special summon one Xyz monster from your extra deck with the same name as that Xyz monster. We have Cypher Twin Raptor. If your opponent controls a face-up monster that was special summoned from the extra deck and you control no monsters, you can special summon this card. You can discard one card, special summon one Cypher monster from your hand or deck. Also, you cannot special summon monsters for the rest of this turn except Cypher monsters. You can only use this effect once per turn. Another Chain Resonator, another Red Sprinter, Double Cypher, and Synchron Resonator. We have Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. This card can be used to ritual summon any Cyber Angel ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field and or shuffle fairy or warrior type monsters from your graveyard into the deck, whose total levels exactly equal the level of the ritual monsters you ritual summoned. Okay, so that's where Tutubon's thing comes in, is because you can tribute the fairy or warrior, bring her out, and then you immediately use the fairy or warrior with this ritual. Okay, that makes sense now. We have the Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Once per turn, you can detach one Xyz material from this card, then target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Monsters you control cannot attack your opponent directly for the rest of this turn, except this card. Also take control of the targeted monster until the end phase, but while this card effect is applied, it has its effects negated. Its attack becomes 3000. Also, its name becomes Galaxy Eyes Cypher Dragon. Huh. Neat. Red Gardna, Synchron Resonator, and Rank Up Magic Cypher Ascension. Yeah, it looks like we might have seen all the commons already. We have Cyber Angel Dakini. Don't think she was in the Season 2 set, was she? She might have been. You can ritual summon this card with Machine Angel Ritual. If this card is ritual summoned, you can make your opponent send one monster they control to the graveyard, their choice. If a ritual monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Once per turn during your end phase, you can target one ritual monster or one Machine Angel Ritual in your graveyard, add it to your hand. I mean, the fact she just gives a blanket piercing damage to all ritual monsters is quite nice. We have Frightfur Reborn. Target one Frightfur monster in your graveyard, special summon it. During your main phase, except the turn this card was sent to the graveyard, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target one of your banished Fluffle or Frightfur monsters, return it to the graveyard. We have another Red Wyvern, another Cyber Angel Idaten, and Etoile Cyber. If this card attacks your opponent directly, it gains 500 attack during the damage step only. I mean, pretty mediocre stats, and if she attacks your opponent directly, she becomes 1700. It's not really something to write home about. We have another Cyber Angel Dakini, Red Wyvern, Cyber Angel Vrash, Red Sprinter, and Red Gardna. You have another Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend. We have Frightfur Daredevil. When this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can inflict 1000 damage to your opponent. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while its owner controls it, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each Frightfur monster in your graveyard. You can only use this effect once per turn. Seems quite nice. Rank up Magic Cipher Ascension, Double Cipher, and Machine Angel Ritual. The Machine Angel Ritual. This card can be used to ritual summon any Cyber Angel Ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster you ritual summon. If a light monster you control be destroyed by battle or card effects while this card is in your graveyard, you can banish this card instead. So that's nice, gives you some extra protection for the Cyber Angels. And I guess that is the one big selling point for that one over the other Machine Angel Ritual. We have a Cyber Petite Angel. If it's summoned, you can add one Cyber Angel monster or Machine Angel Ritual from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. You have Red Mirror, Cypher Wing, Etoile Cyber, and Cypher Spectrum. You have another Machine Angel Absolute Ritual. Tyrant Red Dragon Archfiend. Must be synchro summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. You can only use each of the effects once per turn. During your main phase 1, you can destroy all other cards on the field. Also, for the rest of this turn, other monsters you control cannot attack. And during either player's battle phase, when a spell or trap is activated, you can negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card, and if you do that, this card gains 500 attack. And it's just straight up when any spell or trap is activated, so you can even proc it off of your own, which is nice. We have a Cypher Wing, Mirror Resonator, and Cyber Tutubon. We have King Synchro, Red Warg, Cyber Angel Vrash, Double Cipher, and Dark Resonator. Starleash Paladynamo. Hey, eventually I got it right on the first try. Red Mirror, Synchron Resonator, Chain Resonator, and Cipherbit. Cypher Twin Raptor, Pendulum Fusion. Fusion summon one fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters you control as fusion material. If you have 2 cards in your pendulum zones, you can also use cards in your pendulum zones as fusion materials. You can only activate 1 pendulum fusion per turn. Red Gardna, Cyber Tutubon, and Reject Reborn. When an opponent's monster declares a direct attack in the battle phase, then you can special summon 1 tuner and 1 synchro monster from your graveyard, but they have their effects negated. Get back over there. We have Cypher Etranger. If this card is in your hand or graveyard, you can target 1 Cyber Xyz monster you control, attach this card to it as an Xyz material. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Cypher spell or trap from your deck to your hand. You can only use 1 Cypher Etranger effect per turn and only once per turn. I mean, nice that it lets you reload your Xyz monsters with something, so seems quite nice. And then the fact, immediately uses Xyz material, get his effect. Rank up Magic Cypher Ascension, Cypher Wing, Cypher Mirror Knight, and Red Warg. Resonator Call, Mirror Resonator, Cyber Prima, Cypher Bit, and Machine Angel Ritual. We have another Twin Raptor, Pendulum Fusion, Prima, Red Wyvern, and Red Gardna. Resonator Call, Red Gardna, Cypher Wing, Red Sprinter, and Cypher Spectrum. We have the Cyber Petite Angel, Chain Resonator, Machine Angel Ritual, Etoile Cyber, and Cypher Mirror Knight. Red Resonator, Chain Resonator, Cypher Mirror Knight, Cyber Tutubon, and Synchron Resonator. Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, Cyber Angel Benton. You can ritual summon this card with Machine Angel Ritual. If it destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original defense in the graveyard. If this card is tributed, you can add 1 Light Fairy monster from your deck to your hand. I mean, the stats aren't that good, but it gives you a bit extra of damage through its effect. Synchron Resonator, Cypher Spectrum, and Red Mirror. Another Starly, the Raid Raptor Replica. Target 1 Raid Raptor monster you control, special summon 1 monster with the same name from your deck, and if you do, as long as you control the face-up special summon monster, monsters your opponent controls cannot target the targeted monster for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target the targeted monster with card effects. Cypher Bit, Idaten, and Mirror Resonator. That's weird. One of those cards almost feels miscut on the corner. We have another Cyber Angel Dakini, Red Warg, Reject Reborn, Etoile Cyber, and Cyber Angel Vrash. King Synchro, Machine Angel Ritual, Rank Up Magic, Red Wyvern, and Double Cipher. Cypher Etranger, Red Sprinter, Dark Resonator, Cyber Prima, and Cyber Angel Idaten. Red Resonator, Speedroid Domino Butterfly. You cannot pendulum summon monsters except wind monsters. This effect cannot be negated. You can discard one wind monster, then target one of your banished wind monsters added to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn, and cannot be used as synchro material except for the synchro summon of wind dragon monster or machine type synchro monsters. If this card, special summoned from the extra deck, is used as material for a synchro summon, banish it. Reject Reborn, Red Wyvern, and Idaten. We have Resonator Call, Synchron Resonator, Red Warg, Cypher Wing, and Cyber Angel Vrash. We have Scarlet Red Dragon Archfiend, Cypher Mirror Knight, Dark Resonator, Cypher Spectrum, and Machine Angel Ritual. Cypher Angel Twin Raptor, Idaten, Chain Resonator, Red Sprinter, and Double Cipher. Machine Angel Absolute Ritual, Perform a Pal Ballad, okay, that's just a very... It almost looks like it was printed off center on the site here, but no, it's just a very large art box, I guess, for the... never noticed that before. Once per turn at the start of the damage step, when your Perform a Pal monster battles an opponent's face-up monster, you can make that opponent's monster lose 600 attack, even if this card leaves the field. And if your Perform a Pal monster attacks, after damage calculation, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls. That target loses attack equal to the attack of that Perform a Pal monster. Oh, fair enough. Etoile Cyber, Rank Up Magic Cypher Ascension, and Cyber Angel Vrash. We have Cyber Angel Dakini, Cyber Tutubon, Red Wyvern, Double Cipher, and Cypher Mirror Knight. We have the Cyber Petite Angel, Cyber Prima, Cyber Angel Idaten, Cypher Bit, and Red Warg. Second last pack. Cypher Etranger, Ritual Sanctuary. You can discard one spell card, add one light ritual monster or one ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. You can shuffle any number of spell cards from your graveyard into the deck, then target one light fairy monster in your graveyard whose level equals the number of cards you shuffled into the deck. Special summon it. You can only use each effect once per turn. Red Mirror, Chain Resonator, and Cypher Spectrum. And last one, And one thing I will comment on is they have the Performa Pals on the cover, but I think we've only seen a couple of them, which is a bit odd. We have another Machine Angel Absolute Ritual, Dark Resonator, Mirror Resonator, Reject Reborn, and Red Mirror. So that's it for this pack. If you enjoy these videos, please like, comment, subscribe. You know the routine. And thank you for watching. I'll see you later.